I think I came into college with a pretty open idea of what I would be studying and not many specifics on what I wanted to focus on. And I think I was surprised in how many different things and subjects I've been able to dive into. There's been a lot more following kind of personal interest than I expected. Being able to just kind of have the space to explore ideas. My name is Fertik, and I'm a plant biology major and a studio art minor. I came into school very interested in biology and sciences in general. I'm very interested in ecology and applied ecology, and at the heart of a lot of those efforts it seems like plant biology finds an important place. I did a lot of exploring kind of in different areas, some more lab-based. I have a semester working in a lab where I gained lab-based skills like plating and growing and photographing and kind of data collecting. I've always enjoyed approaching parts of life through art and through making art. I think it helps me process some things on my own, and I think it provides kind of a nice contrast of thinking, going from plant biology learning and these kind of core biology classes to a place where you can express a little more creativity. So throughout my undergraduate experience, I've just been kind of seeking out opportunities and ways that the two fields kind of interact and speak to each other, and it's just led to some interesting connections, being able to take some of these learnings from plant biology and just kind of explore them without as many limitations creativity-wise. Last year I applied to be part of a program through the research experience for undergraduate students. So I was one of 2 artists hired for the summer to live at this field station at the Sabieta National Wildlife Refuge in central New Mexico and engage in the conservation efforts they have with fish and wildlife and the research that is going on with the long-term ecological research station that they have there. And there was kind of this constant collaboration and communication with scientific peers and researchers that are full-time there, and fish and wildlife professionals, and the University of New Mexico. So it was just packed with lots of good interaction with people and the place itself. There, a lot of the adaptations are to very arid conditions, arid and hot, and lots of intense sunlight. So I looked a lot at plant surfaces, specifically leaf surface structures. So looking at microstructures like trichomes and things that have adapted to face this environment every day and conserve water while allowing for growth. So it's this interesting interface where sunlight is acting as fuel for growth, but also something that can lead to death. So I explored color theory and light interaction through painting, but it was all informed by the plant life there. And I would do a lot of wandering around in arroyos, which are kind of ephemeral streams that fill when monsoons come, but otherwise during the dry season are just kind of dry sand beds. So I was able to walk around in those some, and in one there was this kind of washed away bank where a root system was partly visible, and the plant itself was near head level, so I was kind of even with the surface. So I drew that drawing mostly from observation and pictures that I took of it, and then some was left to the imagination as it kind of disappeared back into the earth. But I made it on this scroll of paper that was set out on the ground, and I took it home with me, and I thought it was interesting how hidden that side of root structure and root adaptations are so essential for finding water when it's so scarce, and yet you rarely ever see it. I've found that I learn best when the learnings are attached to a place and attached to experience like that. And I think a lot of curiosity comes from just engaging with a place and trying to learn from the place itself. I decided that the Colchester Bog is an accessible place where I can see a lot of these processes that I'm learning about actually take place. The bog and kind of wetlands in general are very important to humans for the services that they provide and the balance that they provide. and yet it's a place where it's physically hard to maneuver. It's like a place that's pretty chaotic and flooded most of the time, has standing water, and if you wanted to walk across it, it would be pretty hard to. So I think it's this dynamic that it's needed by humans, but also not a place where humans are necessarily easily invited to. So I think there's a lot of just interesting questions that arise from that and what it means to be in this place and interact with this place. I think it's been a good opportunity to be able to create this project that is centered around plant biology learnings and patterns and understandings, but expresses that and kind of tells that story through art making. Yeah, all of these ones are kind of a similar subject, which is in bogs they call it hummock and hollow topography. Hummock, which are like raised parts, and hollows, which are lowered parts. Because there can be a lot of kind of microclimates along these areas, so it's a big determinant factor in what plants grow where. I enjoy like connecting with professors, even if it's just because of a class. But I've found that professors that I reach out to as a resource for pursuing kind of independent research or learning more about their research, they're very interested in who you are as a student and what your interests are. And even if they don't align with their own research, they're very helpful with finding a good fit for your ideas and for your interests. It seems, especially within plant biology, very collaborative. So they're very eager to connect you to more people down the line. And I think that helped me a lot with just finding a good fit for people to talk to. The conversations that I've had have been one of the most valuable things, just for hearing people's thoughts and hearing about new ideas and just hearing stories about how people got to where they are now, I think has just been inspirational and motivating also. So it's been nice to connect with professors across various fields. I've had conversations with professors in engineering and natural resources and plant biology as well as art. So it's nice to hear a lot of different viewpoints. I'm working on this project with one professor in the painting department as well as one professor in the plant biology department. And we've had a couple meetings where all three of us are there, and just the conversations have been really rich because it's surrounding these same ideas but coming at it from a lot of different angles, and I think just ideas kind of flourish when that can happen. I want to take a lot of the learnings and apply them in a more hands-on way because I feel like that just kind of builds on itself and can lead to really great things.